running through the train. As it like I'm in a fucking like action movie. I'm sprinting my ass through this train station. I've never run that fast in my life, I don't think. And I'm running and I get to track 10 and I come up the stairs and I'm hyperventilating. I'm wheezing. It's bad.
Welcome back to another episode of Game Changers, guys. Unfortunately, this is all we have to get.
We're gonna tell you guys about some wonderful things that are happening in our lives because Kelsey and I are down bad. Can't front. Like we had said that when we first got on that you didn't hear, we have things we need to talk about today. Just because, we're a women's sports podcast, so we have to talk about women's sports sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And then we've got some business to attend to, because Kelsey and I have had... Can you tell how I look? Like, we've been through.
Week and it's Wednesday.
We've been through, as what's his name says in Wicked. We've been through. But before we get to all of that, first and foremost, subscribe to the youtube.com/ETB network. I don't know why my brain just stopped working for a moment. There is our show is on there, a bunch of other shows from the network are on there. Actually, the Power 5 one just shot before us, so check them out, check us out, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, make sure you're listening to Game Changers wherever you get your podcasts, whether that is Apple or Spotify or right here on YouTube. We appreciate you listening and we appreciate you watching. Also, make sure you follow Game Changers at Game Changers ETB on all social media. Now that TikTok's back, because it was, it was only gone for about 12 minutes, we're there. But Instagram is a better bet. For me and Kelsey personally. And also make sure you're following the network at ETB Network to stay up to date with everything that they're doing. And last but not least, Kelsey, take it away.
How do you I have the sports that you've been watching? I don't even have it in me, dude. You watched it alone?
Kelsey, no, I haven't been watching sports because I don't want to watch them all by myself.
So that's a crazy statistic, right?
Yeah.
Look at this. There's this platform called Playback. And they basically say that watching sports is more fun with others. And studies have shown that we spend too much of our time watching sports is more fun with others. But studies have shown that we spend too much of our time watching sports alone. So Playback is this wicked cool virtual space where communities can stream live sports together, everyone perfectly synced up. Creators can hop on stage, deliver their own play-by-play analysis and commentary, invite viewers up for
I do not mean to laugh at you. I really do not mean to laugh at you. It's just the day. It's just how we are today. You have to let it slide, okay, everybody? Try one more time, baby. You got it.
Creators can hop on stage, deliver their own play-by-play analysis, commentary, and invite fucking viewers up for a Q&A.
Yeah, you did it.
Literally run that back. Watch me short circuit 4 times in a row. Playback means watching sports fully interactive in a social experience from playing fantasy sports, repping your favorite players and teams, and watching sports on the commentaries that you communicators. Oh my God.
We shouldn't have let you do it tonight.
Find it.
Yeah, take a deep breath. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna get through it.
Find it. Found. Playback makes watching sports fully interactive and a social experience. From playing fantasy sports, repping your favorite players and teams, and watching with the commentaries, in communities you care about. Win or lose, sports are best enjoyed together. Join our community by going to playback.tv/ETB network to find out more, including our live stream schedule.
Yeah.
Can we just call it there?
Do that.
Like,
but you did it. You survived. So the reason why Kelsey and I are not together today. Oh, let me get this off. Sorry. No longer going through the ad. My apologies. The reason why Kelsey and I are not together today, which is another thing I thought we could talk about on the podcast, as to why we can't, do things on other days of this week. But then, life happened, so I don't know if we'll have time to talk about it. Maybe when we get to our yapathon. But Kelsey was basically like, we need to record today. And I said, all right, bet, let's do it. But I had to work. And as I'll talk about later, I work in the Big Apple. So
you sure does.
I had a long day. So I said, Kelsey, I love you, baby, but I am not driving to your place. So that's why we're not together. But shall we jump into the topics at hand? First things first, as we've been doing for the last couple of weeks.
First things first, I'm the realest.
75 heart check-in, babe. Where you at? How's it going? How are you feeling?
Transparency. You want it?
Oh, I want it.
I'm feeling it.
You're feeling it? Okay.
I'm on day 23, I think. Got it done today. Closed all my rings and shit.
Shit, proud of you.
It was not easy at all. But I want to, since this is a podcast for everyone, but like for the girls, I'm going to show this. I am. Give me one more pop-up and I'll crash out. I'm supposed to get my period in 12 days. So I'm mid-cycle. I am bloated, hungry all the time, craving everything, incredibly exhausted, no drive for anything. It's kicking me. I'm up in weight, and I'm trying to give myself grace. I'm really trying to, but it's hard, especially when you like get all happy when you see that like it's all working out, and that's a pun, working out. When like, I don't know, just like you step on the scale, you see the work, you're putting in the work, your body is exhausted, but you're seeing it drop, and you're rewarding yourself in that aspect. And I am battling, fighting what my body is feeling, and battling, trying to listen to my body versus trying to push myself. I know how to push myself to my limits. But my body is just like, bleh. And it's hard. It's really hard. I'm struggling right now, but I did eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner today. I am now eating my favorite little protein snack. It's honestly, when you do your protein, you just do one scoop.
Yeah. I buy a lot of just like pre-made shakes because they're easier for me.
So I'm like scared I'm not hitting my protein. And this morning I did 1.5 scoops of protein from my smoothie, and then I just did another 1.5 scoops.
Okay. 3 scoops a day.
Is that bad for your body?
Well, how many? Probably not. I mean, people eat like 200 grams of protein a day. Some people. So it's probably like fine. Sorry, I look like this, everybody. I've had a bad day. We need to just let it go. No, because like what? You use the ghost protein, so that's like what? 25 grams a scoop, right?
I think so.
I could grab my tub. It's back there.
Mine's right there, but
yeah. So if you're doing 3 scoops, then you're getting
125. That's bad math.
No, you're not right there.
75.
5 times 3. No.
50.
25.
60. 75.
Yeah, 75. You're right. Sorry, I lied to you.
So, and then I had chicken and rice for lunch and dinner.
Okay, Slay.
And they switched up the chicken in the dining hall, and I was pissed because it was not good for dinner.
I'm sorry. They're really messing with you. They're really fucking with your vibes.
They said, "Oh, she's down. Let's stomp."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, today was just It's been hard. I think the other thing that's really frustrating with this too is like the coach in me is like, keep going, but like the human in me is like, girl, like I'm pushed myself to the point where my anxiety is up. My anxiety is way up. Like I am anxious as shit right now.
Well, that's why we're getting together. We're hopefully bringing that down.
Yeah. Well, that's why I was like, let's just send it. Let's just see.
I mean, if you really didn't want to do it, I love how we're doing it and we're like, what if we didn't do it? If we didn't do it, though, I think we would both been like, it probably would have been good to do it. But
yeah,
you'll hear all the tea at the end. Don't worry. It's why you have to stick around and listen or watch. Because Kelsey and I have to get through all the other stuff. That is also just as exciting because we're going to talk about as we shift gears. Are you done? I didn't mean to cut you off. Just want to make sure.
I'm good. I'm down bad. That's all I gotta know.
Kelsey is down bad. Take notes. There's a quiz at the end. Next thing I want to talk about is
that
my
was
girl.
Funny. That was good.
Thank you. I'm quick with it, you know. I just put that out there.
Stab.
Yeah, you know. When the universe starts kicking my ass, I just be cracking jokes.
My therapist said that to me. She goes, I'll tell you what, you're funny. I said, thanks.
Oh my God, wait, we need to talk about our therapist at the end because I fucking love my girl.
She said, you're funny. I said, thanks, I'm broken.
Amen, literally. So we're switching gears because I want to talk about this because Naomi Girma, as we all know, because I don't shut the fuck up about it. Naomi Girma,
1.1, right?
1.1 mil for my girl to transfer from San Diego to Kelsey. Like, okay. Pop off. The Secretary of Defense, the girl whose jersey's in my drawer over there. My dog, the girl who I love to watch. Naomi Girma, if you didn't hear, you're hearing it now. Naomi Girma has got her bag, as we have said in all capital letters. $1.1 million transfer fee to Chelsea. She's worth every penny. She's honestly probably worth more, but you know, take what you can get. Over $1 million's pretty good. But you know, I would value her at like irreplaceable, me personally. So yeah, Naomi Girma, 24 years old, probably going to be the next U.S. Women's National Team captain, if I can say that, if I can put that out there. That's my prediction. Yeah, just unstoppable during the World Cup, or not the World Cup, the Olympics. Also unstoppable during the World Cup too. But like, you know, she's just a dog, and she plays the game so beautifully. And if anybody deserves this recognition and this credit, it's her.
That is true. She's a dog. You can't teach that.
I can't teach it, babe. Another thing I want to talk about real quick is I thought this was interesting for many reasons. One of them being because, honestly, we've been putting some disrespect on Brittney Griner because we haven't been talking about her as much as we should. And if you're a Brittney Griner hater out there, you're not worth my time. Get this off your screen. You don't get away. We don't want you here. Sorry.
Were people still hating on her?
Oh, yeah. People are so mean to her. Every time people post videos of her and whatever, they're like, who's okay, that's Unk. Like, who's that man? And it's like, be nice. Come on now. BG went through a lot and deserves some respect. Regardless of how you feel, you know, what she went through is undeniably challenging, you know, and she doesn't deserve shit for it. But topic for another day. Brittney Griner, if you don't know, is a basketball player in the WNBA and Unrivaled. And she has played for the Phoenix Mercury her whole career. And she said recently that she's going to test the free agency, see who wants her. Contracts up. I also saw, you know, a lot of people just in general were talking about how they're using this Unrivaled season as almost like a tryout, you know, to, you know, ball out and basically, you know, put their name out there for like potential teams who want them. Like Satu Sabali, she's trying to leave Dallas. You know, other players who are in contract years like Alyssa Thomas, like they're like, you know, I've got this time and this opportunity to play basketball, so I'm going to play good basketball to make sure, you know, I get a call by the time the WNBA season starts, which I think is like super smart. So Brittney Griner is doing the same thing. Brittney Griner is like, she's an all-star. She's been, I think, defensive player of the year, but probably have to be fact checked on that. And you know, she's just a monster. She's hella tall.
How tall is she?
She's got to be like 6'6", 6'7".
I was gonna say 6'7".
She's huge.
Brittney
Yeah, Brittney Griner.
Griner. 34. Wow.
Yeah, I believe that.
Dude,
What?
she's 6'9".
Oh, there you go. See, I told you she's tall as fuck.
Wait. In perspective, Sue Bird is 5'9".
Sue Bird's 5'9". Sue Bird's a little short king.
Short queen.
Short queen. Yeah, you're right. My apologies, Sue.
Wait. Is it bad? I want to know her weight. Because 6'9".
I mean, she's pretty built.
What do you think her weight is? Okay, 6'9". BMI's gotta be low, but I have an itch on my foot. Sorry for this angle, guys. No, her body fat's gotta be low because she's built her muscle. I'm gonna go. I want to say like 215, 220, 6'9".
I was gonna say low-key, I was gonna say 190, but I think she'd be a little twiggier if she was 190.
All right, let's look it up. 205.
Wow.
You're both kind of right.
Yeah, we're just in the middle of what we were saying. So I just wanted to bring that up, though, mostly because A, we don't talk about Brittney Griner enough. B, because I thought it was interesting that the Unrivaled players are using their Unrivaled time to be like, yo, if you want me, come get me. And that's dope as fuck.
That is dope indeed.
I'm wheezy. I'll get to why I'm wheezy later.
You're wheezing?
Yeah, I'm wheezy.
Are you having asthma?
Well, listen, I've never had asthma in my whole life. You turn 25 and everything falls apart.
Downhill battle.
Yeah, downhill battle.
Ugh. Are you gonna play
Anyways,
later?
Can we what?
Are you gonna play Fortnite later?
Yeah, probably.
I might play too.
Okay.
My whole foot fell asleep.
I'm sorry. Listen. Okay, foot. Okay, calf.
Just one.
That's fine.
My
Listen.
all the time. Every time she hits the leg, she goes, "Do I have a glute?" Just one.
When listen, Fortnite and listen.
I'm listening, babe.
I know. I'm telling the people.
Oh my god, my foot really fell asleep.
Start stopping it.
It's pins and needles.
Oh, so stomping doesn't
Oh
help.
my god, there's someone that lives below me.
So?
My coworker, he's in my office.
And
what were you saying about Fortnite?
Fortnite has this mode that's called Ballistic, and it's supposed to be like this game called Valorant, and I've been wanting to play Valorant for so long.
Okay, pause. I'm in pain, but okay. There's mad kids in my dorm that play that game. And the other day I was doing dorm checks. And it was like quiet hours, so they were technically allowed to do whatever they wanted, but they didn't have to be at their desk doing work. And there was 3 different people all playing the same game, but like I guess they were playing individually, but they were all in the same world or whatever.
Oh.
I don't know. It seems way over my threshold, way more than what I can handle, but it seems legit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at Fortnite. I simply am there and I hide.
That's all right.
And try not to get seeked.
That's okay. But Fortnite has this game mode that's called Ballistic, and it's like Valorant. And Valorant is like a 5-on-5 shooter game.
Mm-hmm.
And you play rounds, and you have to like defend.
Right? First person shooter, FPS.
Yes.
I'm learning.
And you're on a team 5v5, and one team has a bomb, the other team doesn't. And basically, the goal of the team with the bomb is to like plant it, and then like make sure the other team like can't defuse it. And you can also win if you like kill everybody on the other team. Ballistic is the same thing, but without the effects. Like some Valorant characters have different like effects and abilities and things. And it's shorter rounds because one of the drawbacks of Valorant to some people is that it's 15 rounds, and you switch also. So you're on offense for half of it, and you're on defense for half of it.
Interesting.
It's a big esports game.
At that.
I would eat, I know. But the thing is, it is on console now, and I am personally a console gamer. But forever it was only on PC. So I've been saving up and I want to buy a PC at some point. So I want to save my Valorant time for my PC because that was the whole purpose of getting a PC in the first place. For me. And because I want to play Minecraft.
Are you into Minecraft like that?
When I was a kid, I was into Minecraft.
PCs are expensive from what I've heard, though.
I know, I'm going to buy a pre-built, though, so it's going to save me because I don't have to put it together.
I was going to say, I know mad people that put theirs together, though.
Yeah, I could never.
Apparently, it's like free therapy for them.
Yeah, I could never. I'm not smart like that. But a pre-built is like $1,000 if you get a cheap one. That's still pretty decent.
Last week, remember when I
Scout's ring. You got your own?
Sure did.
I have my own. I have a fidget, like a real fidget spinner from back in the day.
I have one of those too, except now that I think about it, I fear I have lost her. ASMR. Those videos actually stress me out. I don't know why they overstimulate me, but I'm like, next.
Next. No, I get that. Next. I want to talk about this because I think it's dope because more people should have their jerseys retired for how good at basketball they are. 2 jersey retirements this week. Kelsey Plum at the University of Oregon. If you don't know, University of Washington. Don't know why I said that.
It was just a slip up.
Yeah, it was just a little slip up. University of Washington. Kelsey Plum used to be the all-time women's basketball scorer, like leader, and then Caitlin Clark obviously broke the record. And Liz Kitley played at Virginia Tech, and she was really good. And then she, unfortunately, her senior year tore her ACL. But she was drafted to the W, I believe to the Aces. Let me double check that. Yep. She was drafted to the Aces. So 2 Aces teammates got their jerseys retired by their college programs, which you just love to see. I think getting your jersey retirement is like, kind of like the ultimate homage to you and your career and what you've done. Interesting to me that Liz Kitley got hers like 2 years after she graduated and Kelsey Plum got hers like almost 10 years after she graduated. Like I think Kelsey Plum graduated in 2013. But regardless, it's just nice to see.
I agree.
Are you ready for Yapathon?
Yeah. I want the record to be set that Sav originally wrote this, said Kelsey and Mac both had worst days of their lives. And I said, wow. Yeah,
it was a little dramatic.
It's not the worst day of my life, but it hasn't been a good one.
A little dramatic.
That's the thing, like it started okay.
Yeah, I had a good day until like 2 hours
okay, and then it was like
yeah, I literally had a good day until like 2 hours ago. 3 hours ago.
I think I had a good day until probably around. There's so many sirens. That's the other thing that I'm overstimulated about. What is going on in the town?
I don't know.
I think maybe 3 o'clock, 2:33.
Yeah, and it hasn't stopped. It's just.
Well, it was. And then we started recording, and now it's like.
Yeah, it's like.
It's like you're tired, but you're on the phone with your best friend.
Yeah. You don't have to go into detail. You can go into as much detail as you want, but would you like to talk about your no good, very bad, terrible day or whatever the phrase is?
Yeah, sure. So, this is a real pod, as we said before.
Yeah, we'd be yapping about things that are in our personal lives.
No, my day was fine. Every Wednesday, I'm in a different department for my job, which is pretty cool. And like one of my best friends is in that department, so I got to chill with her, and that part was fine. We got some stuff done. I was looking at spreadsheets all day. That wasn't the best part. I mean, at one point, all the cells were merging, and I was like, but it's fine. Little Excel sheet girly, and then like also like not at all. Like Googling how to do certain things with my Excel sheet, but whatever. And then went to lunch. Lunch was good. Oh, this is the other thing that I think bothered me is that I notoriously say all the time I refuse to let something have a hold over me. Like I refuse to be like addicted to something. And so my whole life I've done no caffeine ever. And then I started 75 hard, and I started going into the caffeine route because I was waking up at 5:30 in the morning, and then I'd be on duty, and then I wouldn't be able to be off until 8 a.m. the following morning. So I started to drink caffeine, and it made me feel good. I got a little wired off of it. I was like, "Ooh, this is nice." A little second wind. It was cool. Also, what I liked about them is that a couple of the drinks that I had it said, forget what it had in there, but it was like increased focus. And I was like, is this real? And I actually felt more focused.
Okay.
And I was like, getting stuff done, and I was happy with it.
You're locked. I love it.
But caffeine makes my heart race, and I don't want to have a heart attack. My biggest fear is like dying. It's like a whole thing. So
Dude.
I was like, I'm done with the caffeine. Done. And then I had a headache all day. And then at like 12 o'clock ish, I was like, I have an Alani in my fridge. And so I drank 3/4 of it. And then I was mad at myself. I was like, you shouldn't have done that. And I will say I didn't even get the caffeine kick out of it, but my headache went away. So now tomorrow I need to reset and go no caffeine and then just thug it out, I think.
Yeah.
So then that happened, and then I caved, so I was mad at myself, and then my friend and I were talking, and that was chill, and I got to do the podcast room for the kids, and that was really cool. Like, they're so excited. And then I had therapy, and like, that was not chill. Normalize
Sunday.
This Sunday or this past Sunday?
Well, I usually have it on Sundays.
Every Sunday? Is it virtual or in person?
It's virtual.
Damn. My therapist does not do weekends.
My therapist works crazy hours, so she's just like, this is when I'm around. And I said, all right, girl.
I can slide you in. Yeah, therapy wasn't... See the thing, again, mid-cycle, emotional. Normally, it's like a running joke that like my emotions are like locked up in a vault, and like I don't even know the passcode to them. We're just out here like LOLing through life. No, feeling emotional. Feeling emotional. Haven't cried. Feel like I could at any given moment, so we're just treading lightly, if you will.
I cried today.
LOLing through life.
LOLing through life, everybody.
Yeah, I thought about crying, and then I remembered that gangsters don't cry, so I had to
so true, dude.
pull my shit together real quick.
They backtracked.
Yeah. And I also hurt my back yesterday doing something. I don't know if I slept funny or if I was at the gym. But yeah, therapy was hard. And then I was like, I'm going to go home and see my dog. And then that was a whole thing. And then I drove back to my apartment. And I was like, all right. And I texted Sav because you were supposed to record at 7. And I was just like, listen, shit's going down. For my sanity, let me do the whole movement is medicine type shit.
Yes. And then the thing about this was that like Kelsey was like, let's move the recording. And at that time I wasn't having a bad day.
Yeah.
So I was like, whatever you need, bestie. You know, if moving it will make you feel better, we'll move our recording time.
Yeah, she was great. And yeah. Well, I did my 5K, and today's a rest day. It wasn't. I did my 5K, abs, chest, and tries.
Yeah, good for you.
I worked out. It will tell me. Because, avoidance. I worked out for 148 minutes.
Good for you, dude.
Is it? I feel like I might feel that later.
Yeah, you will. But
I was just headphones on, world off. That's the only thing I could have done in that moment was headphones on, world off.
Yeah.
And then I looked in the mirror and I wanted to crash out because I'm bloated and I look like crap, and I'm just like, what did I do this for?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm the same way. I really need to like get my diet in check and shit.
And it's hard. The cravings are hard.
Yeah.
But while all this is happening, and while I'm having like my personal womp party, Sav's out here having an actual bad day out of nowhere. Literally, my girl was like, yeah, whatever you need, I got you. And then she was like, on God, I'm gonna crash out. And I was like, uh-oh. And then now I'll let you talk, because then I had to remove my pity party and be like,
Yeah, I felt bad because Kelsey's like, I'm having such a bad day. I'm this, I'm that. And I was like, Kelsey, me too, dude. And then Kelsey was like, how do I best help you right now? And I was like, you can't.
yeah, I was like, what can I do for you? How can I help you? And you were like, I don't know. You said, wait, this is how I know she was down bad. Anytime Sav and I text, it's like, okay, bestie, okay, babes, okay, Sav. She said, and I quote, I really don't care, Kels. To which I say, then, trying to keep it light and fun, okay, let's not cry, babes.
Yeah. And then I didn't answer
She didn't, because she was crying.
because I was crying. Correct.
Did you see what I swiped up on your story, though, with?
No. Let me look.
Wait, run the story as to, like, explain your private story, and then I'll explain what I swiped
Oh, no,
up.
I did see it. I did see it.
Oh, you ignored it.
No, I answered you. I just forgot.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
I ignored you.
I don't know. All right. Everybody listen up because this is some bullshit.
Oh, you said LMAO.
All right.
No,
Everybody listen up.
not LMAO. LMFAO.
Everybody gather around for story time. Like I said, I work in New York City, but I don't live in New York City. So when I have to go into my big girl job to pay my bills and things, I have to take the wonderful, the greatest invention of modern history, the best way to get from point A to point B, the good old Metro North
The
Railways.
Metro North.
I have to take the good old Metro North down to the Grand Central Terminal twice a week. And usually, it's really not that bad. It takes like an hour and a half. You catch the right trains, you're there. And then my job is very close to the 4-5 subway line. So I get on the 4 or the 5, and then I'm at work in like 12 minutes. It's like really nice. My 12 minutes from getting to Grand Central to getting to work. Very nice stuff. But this week was a little bit different for me personally because I actually went into the city on Monday. And the week we're recording this, Monday was Martin Luther King Day. So I didn't have work. But my brother lives in the city, and my brother has the most adorable little girl, his daughter. She turned 2 yesterday. So I wanted to show up and be there for her birthday, which was so fun. Don't regret it one bit. I love my niece. I love my brother. We had a great time. But I had to go into the office. That meant I had to go into the office Tuesday and Wednesday. And I usually don't do back-to-back days, but this week I did it because I was there for my niece for her birthday. So because I was staying, I slept I was basically at my brother's for 3 days, and I slept there for 2 days. I brought a little duffel bag, a little blue duffel bag. And the Metro North trains have overhead like compartments, like an airplane, that you can put your stuff in. So on the way down, put my thing in the overhead bin, waited till I got to my stop, took it off, and got off the train. No problems. I go to the train to go home today from work, do the same thing. Duffel bag, overhead bin, backpack next to me so nobody sits next to me because I really don't want a seat buddy. And plus I take a train that's not that busy, so it doesn't really matter. And then I rode the train. And my train was super express, so only made like 5 stops. Beautiful. Gets me home in like an hour and a half. It's really, really nice. I walk off the train. My dad had to pick me up because my dad dropped me off because I didn't drive, so I didn't have to pay to park my car overnight at the station. My dad picks me up. We pull out of the train, good old train station. We get to a red light, and I have a moment where I'm like, oh, fuck, my duffel bag is on the train. I left it in the overhead. And my dad's like, okay, we got to run to, the end of the line. So my dad is whipping me through the streets to get me to the train station. We get to the station that's at the end of the line, and I run in there. Like a fucking, like, they probably thought I was insane because I'm flying through this train station. I go up because I'm calling Metro North on my way. I'm like, I left my bag. I don't know what to do. What do I do? And they're like, oh, you have to go through the whole lost and found. I was like, fuck your lost and found. I don't need to do that. I'm going to go pick it up at the train station. I'm literally right there. And the person's like, well, this is the lost and found for the West Haven train station, not the Metro North.
or whatever train station I'm at. Blur it out. A person I call says, this is the lost and found for the train station, not the Metro North. You have to go when you get here, like talk to the ticket person and they'll help you out.
They go, tickets.
Yeah. So I run in, I'm like, excuse me. I got off at the last stop. The train ended here. I left my duffel bag. I just need to go get it. And the guy's like, the train is on track 10. You better go and see if it's still there. So I'm like, all right, sweet, thank you. I'm running through the train. As it like I'm in a fucking action movie. I'm sprinting my ass through this train station. I've never run that fast in my life, I don't think. And I'm running and I get to track 10 and I come up the stairs and I'm hyperventilating. I'm wheezing. It's bad.
Oh, that's why you're wheezing.
That's why I'm wheezing now. I get up there, Kels, and the train gone. Disappeared. Don't know where it went.
In thin air.
And there's a person on the other side of the track. And I'm like waving my arms and I'm like,
hey, yo!
Can't hear me. Idiot's got AirPods in. Fucking loser. Can't he see that I'm in a time of need and he doesn't want to help me? Idiot, loser, stupid guy. So then another train's rolling in and I'm like, I have this moment where I'm like, oh my God, my dad and I beat the train. He got the track wrong. This train's pulling in. This has to be my train. I turn around, I run down the stairs, I run to the other track, I come up, the door's open, people are getting out, and I'm like, what did this train come from Grand Central? And they're like, yeah. I get on there, and there's a lady on there. And like not a conductor lady, just like a normal lady.
Got sweat dripping down.
I'm freaking out.
Sweaty.
I'm freaking out. And I'm looking for a bag. Was this, whatever train from Grand Central? And this lady was like, no. I said,
what the fuck were those people talking about then?
It was a train from Grand Central, but it wasn't the train that I took.
Got it.
And so I'm like, damn it. And she's like, I'll help you find a conductor though. And I was like, thanks, girl. So we find the conductor and I explained my situation to the conductor and he's like, oh, you have to go to like Metro North Police. And like
the 5-0.
And I was like, okay. And he's like, and I'm being so dead ass. He was like, this is what you have to do. Tell them when you see them that you have medication in your bag and you need it. They'll go because your train went to the yard. So no, like we can't go. Normal people can't go, but Metro North Police can go to the yard. So he was like, tell them you have medication in the bag that you have to take. They'll go get it and bring it to you. And then I was like,
brilliant.
I was like, okay. And he was like, it doesn't matter if you lie. Nobody cares. And I said, okay. So I go down and of course, Metro North Police is not there. There's security.
Like, I just have socks in there.
No, literally the only thing that is in that bag is clothing. It's like a pair of pants. Actually, they're pants that I just bought and they're to replace my favorite pants because I ripped my favorite pants like back to front on Christmas. And so I bought these pants to replace them. So I am going to be upset if I don't get my bag back because I like those pants.
Well, what about the bag? Is it a nice bag?
The other stuff in the bag is not important. Like, to be totally honest and candid, there is nothing else in the bag.
Well, what are you talking about? The most important medication is in that bag.
Yeah, the most important medication for whatever ailments I have.
You're going to die without it.
I'm going to literally die. Exactly. So no Metro North Police. I go to the security. And there's an old lady and a young man who are the security guards at this station. And I go over to them and I'm, again, out of breath. And I'm also I am freaking out a little bit because it's my bag and I'm so close. And I know I can get it because it's here. Because the process of getting your bag back through Metro North is you have to file a lost and found inquiry. They have to locate it and then they'll contact you when they find it. So it could take me 2 weeks to get this bag back. So I'm here. I know it's on the train. I know the train is here. I've got my loophole to try to get it. I have to try. So I go to the security people and I go, hi, I got off a stop before. I took this specific train from Grand Central here. I drove over here. I left my duffel bag. It was right above my seat in the overhead. It's got medication in it. I need my bag. And the security guard goes,
What kind of medication?
What did you come up with? What did you say? Epilepsy? What'd you say?
Whoa, Kels.
Diabetes?
I said birth control because that was the only pill I could think of. That was the only pill I could think of. I was under pressure, Kels. I was under pressure.
He's gonna say, just pull out for the night.
Yeah, and I was like, damn, man, I should have thought of something better, but I was under pressure. I couldn't do it. I can't. I cracked, Kels. And then the lady's like, okay, well, we'll call them and, you explain it to them. And so I call them and we talk about it. And she's like, okay, the MTA police will be here shortly. And my dad is waiting outside. So I give him a call and I'm like, so here's the thing. I can't get the bag back, but the conductor told me to lie and say I have medication in there. I told them I have medication in there. What if they go get the bag for me and then they open up the bag to look at the medication to verify it with, whoever's medication it is and my ID, and lo and behold, there's no medication in the bag. And my dad was like, just be like, oh, fuck. Like, I must have left it somewhere else. So then the MTA police show up and he's basically like, I can't get your bag. You have to do a request. So I went through all the effort to try to get the stupid bag back. I lied and I still couldn't do it. So then I filed a stupid request on the stupid MTA website.
200 characters.
Yeah. So they ask you a lot of information, which is good, and I knew my train number. I knew what time my train left. If they asked, I knew what track it took off from. Like I know everything. I know what car I was sitting in. What?
I have a question.
What's your question?
What time does this train, is this the same train that goes to leave and comes to that place every time?
I don't know if it's like the same physical train, but there is always a train that leaves at the time that I take it. Yes.
Okay, so knowing what train you were on, can you find out what train and what time that train leaves in the morning and see if you could just go in and grab it tomorrow morning?
Well, somebody has to walk through and grab it, I'm sure. They can't just leave a bag on the train, I don't think. Like the conductors probably walk through. Or somebody stole it. Like that's the other option.
But your new pants.
I know, my new pants, Kels. So I have to fill out this stupid lost and found request. And like Kelsey said, you only have 200 characters to describe your object. Like whatever you've lost, you only have 200 characters. And that is nowhere near enough. Like I was prepared to list out everything I put in that bag by color, by size, by brand. Like I was ready to be like, there are 3 pairs of Nike socks in there. There are 3 bras. There are like
17 pairs of underwear.
Like I was ready. I was ready to list it all out. And nothing. 200 characters. So I named the most notable items in the bag, and in addition to describing the bag as well. So hopefully, I'll get something. But the fucking kicker of it all is that there is a man whose job it is to go around and collect lost and found items and bring them back to Grand Central. But he only comes to the station that I was at like once or twice a week. So if he doesn't come tomorrow or Friday, because we're recording this on a Wednesday, the lost and found people who are in Grand Central Terminal will not get my bag until sometime next week. And then they have to process it. And the processing takes 5 to 7 business days. Like, this is such a terrible process.
I feel like there needs to be a better system.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. Maybe a lost and found
because this doesn't seem like one.
Or have a lost and found because this station's the end of the fucking line. Like, this is dumb. This is ridiculous. So that ruined my day. That ruined my night. I was so upset. I feel like a fucking idiot because all I had to do was look up before I got off the goddamn train, and I would have been like, "Oh, here's my bag. I should grab it."
When you're the root of your own bad day, you're like, "Oh, X, Y, and Z happened to me, and this person was a pain in the ass, and this person sucked, and they gave me attitude." But it's like, I went through all of that because I
didn't even get my bag, and then I should have
and
the conductor lied to me. Saying I had medication in there didn't help.
I mean, you should have said it was like.
I couldn't think of literally any ailment other than I need birth control.
You just said EpiPen. EpiPen.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. I didn't think. I panicked, Kelsey. He asked me and I panicked. I'm not
you
built
weren't
for
like,
lying.
my really important medication, I can't go anywhere without. What is it? Advil. Like,
I
you
panicked.
you might as well have been like, my ointment, my Neosporin.
So we'll keep you updated if I ever get my fucking duffel bag back.
We're gonna have a pod in like a week or two, and it's gonna be like, what's in my bag from the train station edition?
I know. I hope everything's in there. I mean, like I said, it's just clothing. It could be so much worse.
Be random birth control in there that they were like, oh, we found her bag, but there's no birth control. Oh, someone left their birth control. Must be hers.
That'd be crazy. No.
That'd be fun.
We'll see if I get my bag back. We'll definitely keep you updated. I filed the report. Like I said, I was as specific as possible, so I'm hoping it all goes well. So that's why we're both had a terrible day. I did just create this just now in case we want to continue the yapathon.
What else do you want to talk about?
I did say earlier how much I love my therapist, so I'm going to yap about my therapist for a moment.
Yeah, give her a plug.
Well, I don't know if she wants to be plugged, so I
No, not like name, but like give her like a gas her up.
That's the way I said. So here's the thing. I recently have had some very difficult times in my life.
I didn't say.
Yeah, so like I have some like medical things that that I have to sort out. And I also like socially I've been having a tough time. And let's get a little deep here. I don't have a really great track record of having really good mental health. So when all of these things kind of start compounding on each other, I just like shut down and like I don't talk to anybody. I don't answer my phone. I just like lay in my bed and stare at the ceiling. Like that's just how I cope, and it's not really
at you. I'm just because I relate to that.
Yeah, it's not the most helpful and healthy way to do things, but that's what works for me. Especially because, like I said, I have a history of doing things that are harmful to me and harmful to my body. And so I guess when you weigh, doing things like that versus not answering your phone and just staring at the ceiling, like we're already doing a little bit better. And I had been to therapists in the past, but they weren't really good to me. Like I had one therapist when I was in college, and she told me I have no goals. And that really like messed me up for a little bit. So then I kind of stopped going to therapy. But I figured, I have a lot of shit going on in my life, and I'm kind of the problem for some of it. Not my health issues, but my social issues. So I decided it was time to like really get serious about finding a good therapist and working it out. And she's been fucking phenomenal. She is queer just like me, so it's really nice to have somebody who has gone through the same things that I've gone through and can offer some kind of support in that way. She doesn't make me feel like I'm crazy. And
you're not crazy.
And I look forward to going every week because I get to just like catch up with her and chat. And with all this stuff going, like with my health stuff, a lot of it is foreign territory to me, but like she's gone through it. So I don't like, I trust her, and I trust her judgment. I trust her guidance, and it's been really good so far. And she also is just like like if I just like met her out and about, I'd like want to be her friend. Like she's just like dope like that.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. So there's my plug about my therapist. Go to therapy if you want. I highly recommend. Find a good one, like my girl.
Yeah, I think I got pretty lucky because I hear so many people say that they have like really bad like therapist stories, and I've been with mine since I was a sophomore in college.
Mm-hmm.
Sophomore, junior, senior, post-grad, 5 years now.
Yeah, that is good.
Me and my girl type, she's pretty cool or whatever. I think the funny part about her is that her daughter's like a year younger than me, or like 2 years younger than me. So like I'll like say things or like do things, and she's like, oh, you're not nearly as bad as my daughter. I'll be like, my daughter just did that. Or like one time I was like talking about like a place that I wanted to try, and she was like, oh my God, my daughter, she wanted to go there for the day before Thanksgiving, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's so crazy. And I'm like, I don't know. She's cool. She knows me pretty well now, which is even really
Better,
cool
yeah.
because like I'll like say something and then she'll be like, well, actually, and I'm like, oh, ew, ew.
Damn, call me out.
Yeah. But today was a lot. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go shower.
Yeah. Wash off the day. Good idea.
I always wash the day away, but I might really wash the day away.
Yeah, really need it. Extra. But
Thanks for listening to us yap, guys.
thanks for listening to us yap and talk about why we had a terrible day. It was helpful. I hope our energy still came
It
across, even though we were kind of down bad. Kelsey was more down bad about like real things. When you really kind of take what I went through, I fucking just was an idiot and left a bag on a train. You know what I mean? So like I didn't really have that bad of a day, but it still felt bad.
No, no one's here to invalidate anyone else's feelings.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, dude.
All feelings are feelings.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode of Game Changers. Episode 23, our Jordan episode. Hello? Are you there?
Sorry, my friend just... Sorry. Yes, I'm here. Continue.
Anyways, that'll do it for this episode of Game Changers. Thanks for watching and listening. And we'll see you next time.
Love you guys. Always kiss your homies. Good night.
Peace.